Here's a flashback to what he promised during last year's address. Roll it.
We are stronger today than we were a year ago. And we'll be stronger a year from now than we are today.
Well, are we stronger today? Biden has faced a growing migrant surge, record inflation, a scandal involving the mishandling of classified documents. We're scrolling up the crises on the left-hand side of the screen. Will Cain is here. All right, Will, is the president going to address these issues, or is he going to ignore them tonight?
I think your prediction is probably spot on, Stuart. You got to find your enemy, and when it comes to the Democratic Party, when it comes to Joe Biden, the enemy is always the other side of the aisle inside of the United States of America. It is, as you described, MAGA Republicans. When the truth is, what we are dealing with, and when he says we will be stronger tomorrow than we are today, is we're dealing with a crisis of weakness. And I think that's most acute, most pronounced when we look at, well, you know, our reputation, our influence on the international stage. And, you know, I don't think that we need to take one moment, one instance, and make it symbolic of everything or blow it out of proportion, inflated with hot air. But the balloon situation does become illustrative. It does show we're not the power on the global stage that we would like to think of ourselves, that we should be. And when we elect presidents, I'm always reminded of this, Stuart, we elect presidents largely for their behavior, their decisions, their judgment, their reputation on the global stage. And right now, as we have both Chairman Xi and, Air Force generals predicting imminent conflict with China, it's a bad time to project weakness and not strength.
Got it. Now, the other side of the coin, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, she gives the Republican response. What do you expect to hear from her?
Well, the Republican Party needs to figure out, and I still think this is an ongoing debate, exactly how they propose to handle the problems of the United States of America on the domestic front. I have no doubt, Stuart, that if I just forwarded you what I think is the most important issue, and that is how we will respond to issues on the international stage, that whoever the Republicans choose, and within their conference, how they handle international affairs, will be more competent and stronger than Joe Biden. But when it comes to domestic affairs, the infighting we saw a few weeks ago when it comes to the House speakership and who they select for 2024, Republicans need to begin to articulate exactly who they are and how they propose to handle the issues of the American people. I think there's a healthy debate that's been going on for 5-6 years now about what it means to balance principled conservatism against the populism that responds to an economy, a corporatocracy, to a country that has lost touch with many of its middle-class and blue-collar workers. And I would like to hear from the Republican Party how exactly they plan to balance those principles against populism.
You know, one thing that will happen tonight, which drives a lot of people crazy, standing up and applauding, sitting down, standing up, sitting down. It drives you nuts, doesn't it? I mean, I'm going to be asleep. I'm not going to watch, but I'm sure it'll be in the highlights first thing tomorrow morning. Will Cain, thank you very much.